That word is Shahnameh, for Epic of the Kings, a book written a little over 1,000 years ago by Ferdowsi. I like Shahnameh not only because my name comes out of it, but because it helped keep the Persian language alive. It wasn't the only work that did that, but I've got to give it credit. I love it because the opening line, the very few words it opens with, are Bename Khudavand Jan u Khirad. In the name of God of life and reason. Khudavand is God. I'll write it down again. Khudavand. Jan is life. Khirad is reason. Bename Khudavand Jan u Khirad. Which takes me, as one great scholar has said, and I like it, that we are fortunate as human beings through the ages to have benefited from the wisdom traditions. Traditions that maybe took shape in the last 3,000-4,000 years. Of course, some were unwritten by our great ancestors, whether in the Americas, our native brothers definitely lived the life that kept this side of the planet alive and well, and we have to be thankful to them. They were harmonious with nature. Or whether we go east to the Indian subcontinent and look at these beautiful works of inspiration, prophecy, wisdom. I couldn't find the copy of my Confucius sayings and Analects, so forgive me for that. And we're fortunate as human beings because of the wisdom traditions that we have received, and also because of that khirad, because of that reason that the Creator of the universe has implanted in us. And now, in conjunction with the old wisdom traditions, we have to write and create our new book of Genesis. And again, we have the talent to do that. We have the gift to do that. Artists, scientists, poets, authors of great works of literature, music is there. They are there to guide us. These are just some of the DVDs that are in public library that gives you a hint of what scientists are working on. Scientists before them have worked. Poets have tried to put it in words. Writers have tried to put it in words. Great works of music has tried to give us the sound of it. I come to this book. I love this lady, along with hundreds of other scientists, talented poets, talented writers. I love genius. I love people that realize there is a God-given talent in each one of us, and we have to take it and run with it. And she just happens to be one that didn't take it for granted and took it and ran with it. This book just happened to be in the library. I picked it up because I wanted to show her as an example. I mentioned the story in the movie Good Will Hunting. It's the story, the fact that there is a kid that is a genius, is talented, but for a host of reasons, he cannot take advantage of that. He cannot share that talent with the rest of humanity. I believe there are thousands and thousands of kids out there all over the world that because of poverty, because of circumstances, they cannot help. They are not able to share that talent with us. And which brings me to this other genius, Maryam Mirzakhani. Field medals is what's talked about in that movie, and she happens to be the first female winner of that award, just as of 2014. And there are, I know, thousands and thousands of talented children all around the world that are not able to share their gift with us. Which takes me back to the $1 book I got from the library book sale. Best dollar I ever spent. I mentioned Thomas Jefferson's letter to Peter Carr, his nephew, and he's telling him about what he should study, what he should focus on. And the part on religion, he has a line that I just love. Your own reason is the only oracle given you by heaven, and you're answerable you're answerable not for the rightness, but uprightness of the decision. And I believe this letter is well worth reading. Just keep in mind that this was written August 10th, 1787. You can kind of get to know what other things he's thinking, feeling, he really believes in after he finishes his presidency and he starts writing these letters. So take a look at that. Then we go back to the line I love. به نام خداوند جان و خرد. فردوسی wrote Shahnameh and Khayyam were some of the masters. Khayyam, I think, in his rubaiyat, in his quatrains, word for word, he packs more into a few words than I think anybody else that's written on this planet. But might be my bias. And then these are almost like the scientists of poetry. They're a little bit more condensed with reasonable way of looking at things. Whereas if we let time pass, we get the poets of poets, the ones that beautify it. Those are Molavi, Hafez, Sadi, and quite a few poets after them. I mean, how can you top Molavi in beauty and telling you what love is? Sadi traveled that part of the world to give back the wisdom that he'd picked along the way in Golestan. Hafez didn't even have to travel anywhere. And he said, wherever you look, God is there. If you open your eyes. Pilgrimage could be to holy sites, or could be close to where you live. God is everywhere. ای قوم به حج رفته کجایید معشوق همینجاست بیایید That's Maulana Molavi on pilgrimage. But we'll just visit that some other time. Right now, I hope you take a listen and come back to this more later on. به نام خداوند جان و خرد. Those are the words and line of the day.